and here we are.
Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Salt of the Streets, Part 3 of episode 127. You're joining us here on the youtube.com, Salt of the Streets. I want to ask you to like, subscribe, share with your friends. Obviously, especially everyone new. If you're enjoying what you're getting into, we love having you guys here, so thank you again. We also have our Facebook, fuck Facebook, our Instagram, our Patreon. Everything is at Salt of the Streets. We also have saltofthestreets.com where you can find all of this information, including our old episodes and everything like that, including an episode breakdown. Go to the Patreon, go there, sign up, help us make more better content just like this. You can get some of our writing there. We put out a newsletter at the end of every month. We have a book club that we're doing every Thursday. There's a live stream. We have review previews on the YouTube there for all the books that we've done so far. It's fantastic. Colin does a beer show every Friday for the Patreon. It's also here on the YouTube.
That's right.
Go there. If you guys need a haircut, if you're in the local area, some of the guys that we work with, Swell Blended is the guy that cuts my hair. Location Skate Shop is the skate shop in downtown Bremerton that we work with. There is also, of course, Lexi Kayo on Twitch, Colin's wife, for if you want to watch some gaming, and then Leggings and Aprons on Instagram if you want to see some cakes. Order some cakes. I believe that is all. Okay. So, part 3, we are going to be talking about the shooting in Uvalde, and is that how you say it? I don't know how I've heard so
Uvalde.
many different people say it. I don't.
Matthew McConaughey says Uvalde, and he's from there.
There you
So
go.
I go with that.
Uvalde. So the shooting in Uvalde, what we know from that, the insane suspiciousness that has come from that, and then, of course, some of the after effects. So we're going to start with an after effect so that we can, in solidarity with our brothers in New York, I'm going to do this, Colin. You don't have to. We're going to start here. So one of the after effects that we've seen is a bill that was passed in New York. Oh, and I actually have it up here. A bill that was passed out of New York that is... Jesus Christ, maybe I have it up here.
You got this.
Oh, on my phone I do, of course. So I'm going to send it to you, and then I can pull it up on my stuff. It's a bill that does several things, one of them including banning body armor for civilian use. We have talked about this before when it was originally brought up, and we have a huge problem with this. There isn't any reason at all that any government or anybody should be trying to take your ability to passively defend yourself against violence from somebody else. There isn't any legitimate reason for it other than that they don't want you to be able to defend yourself. So I will... Just one moment here.
There we go. I'm up now.
I'm just sending it to you in our regular chat just so that I can pull it. Oh, well, you can pull it. It doesn't matter. But it's there, and while you were doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get kitted up. Well, actually, we're going to talk about what makes you qualified, because in this bill it says that the only people who can buy body armor are those that have a qualifying profession. So let me go ahead and pull this up so that I can read it as well. So let's see here. New York to raise the age of for semi-automatic rifles and ban body armor. So you can see there's a picture here of someone, I'm Attorney General or somebody there of New York holding up an AR-15. And it's an AR pistol that actually has a pistol brace on it. Be a man, just put a stock on it. In the aftermath of the mass shooting at Buffalo grocery store in Uvalde, Texas, Democrats in New York dramatically strengthened the state's gun laws, raising the age to purchase a kind of devastating weapon used in both attacks. Lawmakers passed a package of gun control measures Thursday evening, a series of 10 bills that constitute significant changes to gun laws that are already relatively strict by U.S. standards. The legislation now heads to Governor Kathy Hochul's desk to await her signature. I believe that she signed it. This is from the 3rd. I believe that she signed it.
Oh, I would not doubt it for 5
and
seconds.
if she hasn't, then I believe that she will.
Yeah.
The new bills mandate the New York to be licensed to purchase a semi-automatic rifle and moves the minimum age of purchase from 18 to 21. In addition, the legislation outlaws the sale of bulletproof body armor like the one worn by Buffalo shooter to anyone outside and, quote, eligible professions such as law enforcement or the military. Sellers would be required to conduct body armor vest sales to qualified buyers in person rather than online. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it takes to be qualified to wear body armor. Okay, so this is a plate carrier. So what we're going to do first, I'm going to yell a little bit so you guys can hear me. So what we're going to do first, we're going to take this knife out so it's easier to open up. Okay, it's the fixed blade that goes to my kit. We're gonna pull up these little straps. Right, it's all black, so it's kind of hard to see. That's okay. I'm going to pull up the front flap, pull open one of the sides. We're going to pull open the other side. We're going to lift it over our heads. Okay, ready? You want to put this right kind of where you can feel the dip in your sternum. You want the top of the plate to be. Okay, We're going to bring this one around here. I'll stand up. Bring it around here. Put it tight. We're going to bring this one around here. Make it tight. Tuck these. Okay. Straighten your shirt out.
That way you look real good.
Replace our knife. We're going to get a high five from Colin. You're qualified to wear body armor.
Done.
You're qualified. That's all that it takes. That's all that it takes.
Don't. It's so dangerous.
We are now both fully qualified to wear body armor.
It's amazing.
Fuck the state. No one can tell you that you are not qualified to wear body armor. No one can tell you you don't have the right to defend yourself. No one can tell you you don't have the right to defend yourself in the way that you see fit.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to take your ability to passively defend yourself, they intend harm on you. They intend to do you harm. 100%, whether it is tomorrow or a year from now or 10 years from now, if they are taking your right to passively defend yourself, they intend to do you harm.
Yep. This is the biggest kind of like fuck me that is going on right now, because I can't understand, because one person wore body armor to a shooting and he was killing people. Like, I understand. So because one bad guy is out there with body armor, nobody else gets to wear body armor. So none of the people, okay, well, let's just say, just for sake of argument, everybody at a grocery store was wearing fucking body armor underneath their goddamn clothes or whatever.
Probably less people would die.
Probably less people would die if everybody sported fucking kit every day.
And we're not telling you that you should wear a kit to the grocery store
No.
every day, because you shouldn't have to wear a kit to the grocery store every day. That shouldn't be necessary, right?
No.
Ideally, we would live in a world in which people were not killing other people because they were fucked up in the head, right? And I don't care. It's all this conversation about mental disease and, that woman on the radio who was like, well, what we're really talking about is undiagnosed anger and shit like this.
Oh.
If you are murdering other people, you are fucked in the head. I don't care. I don't care if we want to be PC about it. We want to qualify it so people don't get their feelings hurt, so that we're not stigmatizing people with mental illness. I don't care. I have dealt with depression and anxiety in my entire life. That's a mild form of mental illness. And if it was too severe, red flag laws and shit would try and disqualify me from owning firearms, right? And I've talked about this on the show before. The stigma and the overreach of these things has made me more hesitant to reach out in certain times, because I'm afraid of what the overreach of the state might do.
Yeah.
This is not the way to go. This is not the way to go. For us to try and be soft about it and try and make people feel good. No, of course, most people who have mental illness are not violent. That is not what we're saying. No one is saying everyone who suffers from some form of mental illness is violent. No one is saying that.
That's insane.
But if you are murdering other people, you are fucked up in the head.
Yep.
You have a mental illness. There is no question. There is no doubt about that. If you are murdering other people, you are fucked in the head.
Yep.
That's all there is to it. No logical, sane person murders other people. There are crimes of passion. There are all kinds of things. We can qualify it all day, right? No one commits a mass shooting with any firearm, a pistol, an AR-15, anything, unless they are fucked in the head.
Yep.
So let's not only be clear for those in the chat, but just lay it out for everyone. We got to stop with the bullshit. This conversation, and I wrote about this in the newsletter this month, right? This conversation has way too many far-reaching effects for us to limit it to certain things, for us to only be saying, how many children, Colin? How many more children? That's all that matters, right? These things have gone on. This conversation is much too large for us to be pussyfooting around it like this. This has got to stop.
Yeah, it seriously has to stop, because it continues to just get more and more severe, to the point that they're making it legal for you to own a passive way for you to protect your own life. I heard a clip the other day. It was this. You know what? I have it in Twitter. Let me pull it up real quick now.
Absolutely.
That I think
I'll
about
go over
it.
some of these comments. Deborah Mueller said, but now they can't kill you dead. That's exactly the point. If they don't want you to be able to passively defend yourself, they intend to do your harm.
Yep.
Bilbo Swaggin, it's not a gun problem. It's about pure evil. 100%. 1,000%. William Wallace, I will keep my various forms of body armor. Thank you. As you should. Zeke, get it. Crazy that the government will raise the age to own a weapon, but have zero problem giving 18-year-olds enlisting in the military far more dangerous weapons of war. That is weapons or armor. That's a great point. And I'm really glad you brought that up, because Joe Biden, when addressing this same point, right, he says, oh, well, they're 18, but they're being very, very highly trained, and they're supervised by the most well-trained people in the whole world. Hold my fucking dick. You were in the military. The people in the military are not the most highly trained, especially not regular infantrymen that are walking around. An 18-year-old is not the most highly trained serviceman in the world. That's what I'm saying.
17.
Get the fuck out of here. We've talked about this so many times.
Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat everything.